Take a couple of good, deep, relaxing breaths. You're trying to get your breath so full that even the belly expands out. And then that nice, easeful, relaxed exhale. So from here, we're going to progressively scan through all sorts of parts of our body. I'll name different body parts. As I name it, just let your consciousness go to that area. And if you find any tension at all, try to get it to relax away. So we're starting here at the toes. If there's any tension anywhere near the toes, let it relax. Scanning down the feet. The heels. The ankles. The calves. The knees. The thighs. The hips. The belly. The low back. Middle back. Upper back. Chest. Arms and hands. Shoulders. The neck. The jaw. The tongue relaxing away from the roof of the mouth. The forehead. The inner and outer corners of the eyes. And here, the whole body is relaxed. So let a very easeful breath flow in and out. We imagine as we move through class, we move our vibrational scale up. So let's give ourselves a starting point based on how life has been the last little bit. Where would we rate ourselves on a scale of negative 100 to positive 100? Negative 100 is the worst a human could possibly feel, and positive 100 is the best. Where do you feel like you lie at this moment? So as we ease our way through the class, we imagine gradually moving our way up that scale, step by step by step. There's no rush, there's no tension to it, but we allow ourselves physically to be better by stretching, and emotionally to be better, imagining we're stretching out some of the rough things that are going on right out of our system. And other layers as well, letting us release everything that doesn't serve us in this moment. So with all of these ideas to help lead us on, let's begin our beautiful time that we get to practice together today by bringing our knees inward toward the chest. A hand on each knee. Let's ease our way for gentle rocking. Hips can rock left and right. Maybe we're exploring how the sacrum is right now, rocking across that surface area. And then allowing ourselves to release the left leg. Let's begin to take this right knee toward a twist. It's going all the way over toward the left. Don't feel any rush. Maybe we pause for a little while with the knee halfway twisted. Enjoying how that gets us to outer hip and IT band. And if the spine wants to ease its way just a little bit deeper, that would also be fine, but don't feel like you're forcing anything to happen. This is more about a release to gravity. You may be perfectly content here. Some of us may want to add in a quad stretch here. So we would take our right hand to the left toes behind our back, and then just relax the head and the shoulders back down. Don't feel like you have to do that, but if it's helpful and if it's not too hard to reach it, you can add that in. And just continue to breathe, very easy. This last breath or two here, see how much air you can breathe into your body. Maybe it feels like your left lung is a little bit more collapsed right now. So maybe try to breathe into the right lung and into the belly. Inviting in as much of this purifying air as possible. Good, so then starting to relax your right hand if you used it. That left leg can extend long. And we're turning this right hip onto the ground again. Let's send it into half happy baby pose. Right hand grabs outside of right foot. Let the knee pull wide. Then placing this right ankle up onto the left thigh. Let's give that left side a nice hug. Find the clasp, let the head relax. We're finding this quality of ease. Take 2 more breaths, trying to invite in as much oxygen as possible. After that second breath, the hands start to release their clasp. The left foot goes to the floor, And then grabbing onto the right foot, see if your knee is okay if you slide the right foot closer to that left hip. Sometimes that knee is aggravated by that action, so don't feel like you have to. Just leave it higher up if needed. But as long as the knee is okay, slide the right foot up close to that left hip. Continue to swivel that right knee down. This is one way to ease into the hip. This just pausing here is a good stopping spot. If you want to go further, take the right arm by the right ear, resting it nice and long. And then from there, continue to tilt your body toward that right side. So you're pushing that left foot into the ground to initiate that tilt. And you're rocking maybe even so far as the side body. What this would do is bring your hips more flush to the side. So you're getting a little bit more through the hip rotation through that area. A little bit through the quad, a little bit through the hip. So just all sorts of goodies just right there. We'll take 2 more beautiful breaths. And then returning onto our back if we tilted at all. Let this right leg find its way all the way to the floor, a little bit wider than your mat. And then as long as the surface area that your foot is on is safe to do this, what you'll do is like kind of just fling that right leg out. Just throw it out and let it just flop down to the ground. We'll do that a couple of times. Bring it back in, that right foot, and then letting it go wide, just slide it right out. Maybe twice more. Good, and then give it a couple of breaths just to feel how that right entirety of the leg is doing. So then from here, let's begin to take this left knee inward. Once we've got it into the chest, we'll begin to send our way toward the twist. So remember, you don't have to go very far, very fast. You can pause that nice halfway spot. And just breathe for a little while. Only if the muscles want you to go further. You can continue to relax as deep in the twist as you'd like, but don't feel any pressure. Anything and everything is a gift right now. You had that quad stretch on the first side. You have the option to take left hand to those right toes now, and then just continue to relax into that placement. Inflate as much oxygen as you can with your next inhale. And then exhale. If left hand grabbed on, release it. Return left hip to the ground. And it's that half happy baby, left hand grabbing outside of left foot. Give it a couple of breaths to swing wide. Good. Take that left ankle onto the right thigh. When you're there, give it a hug. Relaxing the shoulders back down. Notice if there's tension in other areas of your body, maybe the jaw, maybe your hip is resisting the stretch. If you find anything at all like that, let it relax, relaxing back to ease. Taking another good breath in and out. Here we can start to release that right foot back toward the ground, sliding the left foot closer to the right hip. Again, pay attention to the knee. We never want pain in yoga, but if the knee is okay doing this, drop the knee down, kind of rotating it downward. Notice how things are receiving this. If it all is okay going further on this side, maybe the left arm is brought right up next to the left ear. And then if you want to continue to tilt all the way or part of the way toward that left side, you're welcome to rock on toward that side body if that's helpful for this side. So take another good breath. And with that breath, you notice where your lungs are receiving air. So keep on breathing into the spot that's easeful. Lots and lots of air coming in. One more breath. Finishing that, we can return. This left foot finds the floor to that left side. And a couple of times, just throw the leg out. Sliding it back in. So that reverberation, throw it out. Twice more, if that feels nice. Good. And then from here, take a moment to stretch the arms up overhead. Feel the whole body getting pulled really long. Good. And we'll take that banana stretch. So right ankle over left, legs to the left. Grabbing onto right wrist, scoot the shoulders off to the left. Another good inhale. Exhale, start to release that side. Return for a full breath back to the center of the mat. Good. As you exhale, we begin to take the second side. Left ankle over right, legs to the right. Grabbing onto left wrist, shoulders scoot off to the right. Inhale. Exhale, release. We're going to make our way up toward a seated place. So if you'd like to roll over for a moment with the fetal position, just enjoying a breath or so. You can rise only when you feel ready for it. Beautiful. So back up right here. Let's bring the bottoms of our feet together. We feel no need to force our legs to come too close. They can be plenty far forward. And so when you get that set up, let's begin to ease the spine forward. This brings us in toward that low back area, especially if we can let the head be completely relaxed forward. Such a beautiful way to weigh down the rest of the spine, allowing those low back muscles to ease their way deeper and deeper. Maybe you're using the positioning of your arms to make it easy for the forehead to rest down. That's an option. You could also wind your arms under your calves. So think of the elbows going under the knees type of a thing. That could feel good for some, maybe not that restorative for others. So just choose that perfect amount. And we're going to ease our way even deeper into the low back now that it's kind of relaxed into this space. So if you were a person like me that wound your arms under, go ahead and unwind. And then from there, what we're going to do, place your right hand on your right knee. And as you start to straighten that right arm, your nose will be brought over the left knee. Left hand can just pop off to the side now. So right arm is straightening, nose is over left knee. We should be feeling the right half of the low back speaking to us. So just breathe into that that space, any tension that might be there, maybe any trapped emotions in that area. Try to breathe into it. One more good breath. With our exhale, use as much support as you need to bring yourself back through the center. A full breath in and out right there. And then we'll start to switch sides, so left hand on left knee. The right arm can free its way off to that side. And as you start to straighten that left arm, the nose is closer and closer to the right side. And make your way back through the center. Remember, you can support your spine with your hands through the whole journey if you needed. Sometimes when the muscles are held in a stretch for so long, they don't like to shift back out, so support it. Back here at the center, let's take another huge breath in and out. Good. We'll ease our way back up. From here, leave this left leg in front of our body, and we're tucking our right leg back. Our little hint, if you point the knee wider, it's quite a bit easier on the knee. You bring it more forward, it's a little bit deeper on the knee, so you choose that perfect amount. And then we're heading backwards to get into that right quad. So maybe we're heading just onto our hands. Maybe some of us go all the way to an elbow, or both. There may be one or two of us that want to go all the way to our back. So no need to force anything, especially if the knee starts to pop off the ground. That's kind of an indication that we're at our edge. But just listen to your body, to what extent feels good and helpful. Just breathe into this new space. One other little hint, if you need just a little bit more, scoop your tailbone under. And what that does is take that quad into quite a bit of a deeper stretch. Let's begin to ease our way out. You need to reverse every single thing that you took to get into it. Whenever you're up, sooner or later, swivel this right knee back. Angle, the left leg is still tucked in. So from here, we'll begin to ease our way forward again. It's like a little counter stretch for this whole side. Know that you don't have to stay directly forward. If you like what this is stretching, great. If you wanted to experiment with going a little bit closer toward the straight leg, you could try that out. Maybe it's better, or maybe you want to go back. Just choose the perfect distance, that perfect spacing, and just continue to breathe into that space. Good, returning back up. Here the right can come inward, the left does that swivel backward. You can go wide, you can go forward, be conscious about your choice, and then when you're ready, you're welcome to start heading backwards. Maybe onto hands, maybe elbows, maybe all the way back. It's all up to you. Another breath in, try to inflate your body. Exhale, the least bit of tension that might be here. We're letting some of that go. And then let's ease our way up. Now rush. When you are up, that left leg can swivel open and then stretch to that long, wide angle. Remember, here you can go forward or you can go closer to the straight leg. It's really your preference based on what feels best right here. Three more breaths. Try to be conscious. Try to breathe with your experience. Try to relax. Good. Let's make our way up. Swinging our legs underneath us, we'll come onto our knees. And I'd like us to set up a wrist stretch. So we're going to take both wrists and rotate outward so the thumbs are to the outside and the middle fingers are toward our knees. From that placement, if this is already tons of stretch for the wrists, just stay. Otherwise, you're welcome to start backing your hips backwards until you feel just enough. It's not too much, not too little. You could also scoot the hands in or out if that helps you in your journey. Try to be conscious with it. 3 more breaths. Good. After the third one, we'll ease our way up. So maybe come all the way up to a nice high place. You can roll your wrists. You can just open and close hands, or you can shake it out. Good. And then this time, backs of the hands go to the floor. So I'm tucking my fingers in. The backs of the hands are on the floor. Middle fingers are still toward the knees. And this is another placement. If this is tons of stretch already, stay. You want more, continue any amount backwards. Even a slide of fit sometimes is all you need. Just one more breath here. Exhale, pick them up, same thing. We can open and close, we can roll, or we can even shake. Good, a moment with a toe stretch, tucking our toes. We can just leave the fingers on the floor and just ease our way a little bit of our weight onto the heels that are tucked. We could walk more and more of our weight back. If you're bringing your entire weight onto your tucked toes like this, this will be the deepest version. So you choose the appropriate amount. You can always lessen it by going forward later if needed. Let's try to take 5 slow cycles, inflating our lungs as much as possible. When you finish your 5th breath, you're welcome to come forward and just ease the toes, with circles or with rounds. Good, and when that feels really pleasant, let's make our way all the way down onto our belly. A nice alligator pose. So slide the elbows wide, stack your palms, and just rest your forehead down for a moment. This traction on the spine can feel really relieving to that low back area. So just imagine breathing your belly into the ground and experience how you can help the spine just from that simple breath. Like getting a massage from the inside out. here, the right knee starts to make its way closer to the right shoulder. You get to determine how far it travels. Just pause there, a couple of good breaths. As right leg starts to go back, we're going to set that right leg up in a quad stretch. So some of us will just stay on the ground, grabbing the right hand to the right toes, pull it in. Some of us may want to go a little bit deeper up toward being propped up on the left side to pull it in. So you choose, just let those quads get stretched by the toes getting pulled in. Another good breath in, out, and release. Let's make our way back to the alligator for a moment. Just feel how the body's just slightly different than the first round. Left knee can start to scoot closer to the left shoulder. As it starts to slide back, we can head to that quad stretch on that side. So grab left hand to left toes. Remember, if you want to prop yourself up more, that is a choice, up to you. Breath in and out, release. Back to alligator, a few more breaths. And we'll aim for a nice shoulder stretch here. So right arm opens out to the right side. You want to place the hand such that middle finger is about the level of where the eyes are. So once you're there, flip your head over, so right cheek is on the floor, and then press your left hand into the ground until you start to feel that right shoulder stretching. So for some people, we stack our hips. Some people, the top leg can rotate behind. You'll just have to find that perfect amount. Let's ease our way out of this shoulder. If that shoulder wants a couple of wiggles, you can kind of prop up for a moment and just roll that shoulder out. And then when you're ready for second side, the left arm swings out. Bring that middle finger level with the eye, but then flip the head over. So we've got left cheek down. Press into the right hand. Maybe hip stack, maybe top leg rotates back, but don't feel like you have to. Taking a nice inhale. Exhale, ease out. If you want that moment with the shoulder recovery, take a second or two. And then let's head back to a nice child pose. You get to choose, are the knees wide today? Are the knees narrow? Find that perfect amount and find the placement that's restful. Occasionally there's people that need the head to be higher up, so make it restful by stacking palms if that's you. If it's restful to rest the forehead down, take that one. You've got options. From here, begin to check in with your system. In your mind's eye, visualize what type of Shavasana would be in the highest interest for your body today. So this could be anything. It could be legs up the wall. It could be going back to that alligator. It could be on your back with the feet planted. There's so many different options. So just for a moment, visualize what Shavasana your body wants today. And then ask your body, are there any last poses that my body needs me to take before I can completely relax in that Shavasana? So if your body says yes, I give you the permission to take any of those last things. Maybe these are seated stretches, maybe these are laying down stretches. You're welcome to do any last wiggles, any at all. And taking another 30 seconds if needed. Then when we find ourselves comfortably here on the ground, let's finish where we began by scanning through the body. So once again, I'll name different body parts and try to allow any tension to ease out of that spot so that only relaxation remains. So starting at the toes, the feet, calves, thighs, hips, abdomen, lower half of the back, upper half of the back, arms and hands, shoulders, neck, jaw, tongue, forehead, inner corners of the eyes, outer corners of the eyes, whole body relaxed, flowing with breath. Begin to deepen inhales and exhales. Introducing little movements back to the body, fingers and toes, ankles and wrists. Stretching out like we're waking up first thing in the morning. At some point, taking a nice fetal position off to one side. Enjoy a couple of bonus breaths here, maybe 4, 5 good deep breaths, until sooner or later you feel ready to come up to a comfortable seated place. As we arise, we check in with our system. And perhaps we see if the baseline that we have has shifted up. It's like the world isn't quite as stressful anymore. The cares of our life, we can tackle them, it's good. The stressors that we have, the anxieties that have been going on, it's all a little bit less significant. And we feel like in this moment, everything is okay. And so with this shift up toward this new baseline to lead us on to the next segment of our day, our week, our month, let's allow ourselves to wrap up the time we got to share together today, filled with light and happiness and peace. Namaste.